This week on Sailing Sweet Ruka, things get a little tense as Curtis makes an unexpected return to Tahiti without me or the boat. Then we set off on a 1,200 miles sail west. See why we skipped this popular island and this beautiful remote atoll along the way. Join us as we experience unique culture and share a few sailing tips in this week's episode. Our time in beautiful French Polynesia was coming to a close. We really enjoyed the remote anchorages and atolls, lush green towering mountains, and kind people that we met along the way. The sea life did not disappoint, and a lone turtle swam over to wish us farewell during one of our last days in Moorea. That is a place well known for their abundant turtle life. There was one restaurant in Openohu Bay just behind the little marina. We headed into shore for one last celebration of Polynesian culture and cuisine, but we got a little more involved than we were planning. Watching Curtis complete what we were told is a courting ritual really brought us closer together. But besides this, I am really hoping that this content can bring in some more lady viewers to our channel. Girls, eat your heart out. It was good fun to be included in part of the show, and the choreography and fire spinning was highly entertaining. It was certainly a beautiful end to our stay in French Polynesia. Now, all we needed to do was check out of the country. When checking into French Polynesia, you simply filled out a form online and visited the island police, known as the Gendarmerie. If you are anywhere outside of Tahiti, they allow this online system for vessels, as the distance between island groups is vast. However, for some crazy reason, this rule does not apply to the island of Moorea. Even though it's nearby, it's not always an easy trip back to Tahiti, and is in the wrong direction for us. The weather conditions were not ideal, and so we decided it was safer to spend the money and send Curtis on the ferry to the main island of Tahiti to check us out.
Alright, well let's tell you guys what's going on here. So I've got a ferry ticket. I've got to go back from Moorea to Papeete in order to do some silly customs thing for the boat. I'm not quite sure what it is. There's supposed to be an online form that you fill out and then you check in and check out of the country with that. We followed everything properly. We responded to the notifications and everything properly. And then all of a sudden we get this note that says we need to go there, which is crazy with 1 day left, and it's blowing 30 and 3.5 meter, 4 meter waves on the ocean. So obviously it would be stupid to go try and just sail back for that. So I'm here at the ferry dock, and we're going to take a ferry back over to Papeete and see if we can go clear this up. See how it goes. It's definitely really frustrating. Not very happy about it, but such is bureaucracy, and so we'll play the game. Otherwise, what are you going to do? They come after you with guns.
It seems silly to us that boats can check out with a remote system if in the Marquesas, Gambiers, Tuamotus, Austral, or Society Islands, but not from Moorea. Some of you may be wondering why we waited to check out, but 4-meter seas against 30 knots of wind were consistent for the full last week, as you saw many boats dragging or shaping mooring lines in the last episode. After flashing that patient big Curtis smile, he managed to convince immigration that I stayed behind for safety of the vessel, and they let my absence slide. We were officially all checked out and ready for sailing. Anchor's up. So if you love a beautiful landscape and the fresh smell of flowers at anchor, Opanuho Bay is the coolest spot here in Moorea. We might go all the way to American Samoa, or we might stop at anchor. Oh, and I forgot to mention that while I was pulling up the anchor, Curtis hoisted the mainsail. So we've got really light breeze in here, probably gonna start off pretty light as well. And then yeah, we'll be having decent breeze the whole way, and then it'll pick up right at the end, but I think it's gonna be a good trip. So yeah, we'll see how far we get out here before we hoist the spinnaker, or see what we do. Looking forward to a good sail. Let's do it.
Well, we are on our way here out of Moorea, and we're going to head to American Samoa. But first, we've got to drive around these amazing super yachts. This was one of the largest sailing vessels, I think, before Jeff Bezos' yacht. I don't know. I think I'd keep Sweet Ruka over it. What do you guys think?
After the storm comes the calm, and even though there wasn't much breeze, we took advantage of the much smaller 2-meter waves, which were still a bit choppy for the light breeze. But we are finding this is the theme in the Pacific. We left right before sunset, which I find to be an interesting time to start a passage. But the beautiful lighting and amazing landscape made Moorea a difficult place to sail away from.
Well, hello everybody at home. As you can see, we're having a wonderful day sailing out here on the Pacific Ocean. Back behind me is the island of Raiatea. And Raiatea actually used to be the center of the entire kingdom of ancient Polynesia, where the kings lived. Went all the way to Hawaii, over to Easter Island, and then all the way down to New Zealand. So there was a huge area here in the Pacific, and this was the center, and we're sailing right by it right now. Unfortunately, we can't stop because our visas have expired. We only had 90 days here. We were able to extend it just a little bit more to be able to fix our autopilot, but we've got to head on past. So right now we're headed to American Samoa, which is that way. The sail's great today. We've got about maybe 7 to 10 knots of wind. Right now we're reaching along at about 135-degree true wind angle. and we've just got the Genoa out and our full mainsail. The wave conditions are very nice right now, about a 1 meter long swell, which is beautiful, and we can't really ask for anything better today. We're going to show you the routing next, which is going to have a little bit more challenging conditions and a little bit bigger breeze up ahead, but for now we're going to enjoy, have some lunch, and enjoy the views of this wonderful island.
In cabined ships at sea, the boundless blue on every side expanding, with whistling winds and music of the waves, the large imperious waves, or some lone bark buoyed on the dense marine, where joyous full of faith, spreading white sails, she cleaves the ether mid the sparkle and the foam of day, or under many a star at night. By sailors young and old haply will I, a reminiscence of the land, be read in full rapport at last. Here are our thoughts, voyagers' thoughts. Here not the land, firm land, alone appears, may then by them be said. The sky o'erarches here. We feel the undulating deck beneath our feet. We feel the long pulsation, ebb and flow of endless motion, the tones of unseen mystery, the vague and vast suggestions of the briny world, the liquid flowing syllables, the perfume, the faint creaking of the cordage, the melancholy rhythm, the boundless vista and the horizon far and dim are all here, and this is ocean's poem. Then falter not, O book, fulfill your destiny, you not a reminiscence of the land alone, you too as a lone bark cleaving the ether, purposed I know not, whither yet ever full of faith. Consort to every ship that sails, sail you, bear forth to them folded my love. Dear mariners, for you I fold it here in every leaf. Speed on, my book, spread your white sails, my little bark, athwart the imperious waves. Chant on, sail on, bear over the boundless blue from me to every sea. This song for mariners and all their ships. A poem, in Captain Ships at Sea by Walt Whitman. There's a little island right up ahead called Maupiha, and it's maybe a spot for us to take a rest and wait for good weather, but we have good weather, so we think we're just going to keep on sailing, even though we hear it's a fantastic spot to snorkel with sharks and rays, and there's a really, really small village of only like 8 people. That would be awesome to talk to, but there's a lot of world out there to see, so for now we'll take our good weather and keep on moving.
Kate just showed you the island of Maupiha, which is right here, and unfortunately we think we're going to skip it on this lap of the world because the weather is good right now to get to American Samoa. So we could stop here. If we did stop though, we'd probably have to wait at least about 10 days. Otherwise, we'll show you the routes here. We've got a great weather window right now to continue on to American Samoa. So you can see here, this is our route right through to American Samoa. So we're just going to go ahead and take this weather window instead of stopping at another atoll. It's just the safe and smart thing to do rather than prolong the journey in French Polynesia.
We've already been to Amanu, and we think that this is going to be pretty close. There's going to be obviously great snorkeling there, lots of things to see underwater, but above the water, there's supposed to be some great people that live there, which would be really interesting. But we don't think it might be the best place to stop, so we're just going to keep on trucking. We've got two different little routes up there, one that takes us a little further north, one that takes us a little further south, but both are looking pretty good and have us arriving in American Samoa on Friday. So let's go on upstairs and go chuck in a jibe. Here we go. You ready to jibe?
Ready to jibe. Jibe home!
10 knots. Let's go ahead and I'm going to turn down. We're going to furl the jib, okay?
Okay.
You want to start on that? Go ahead. Ready? Ease, please. Big ease. Good. Hi, buddy.
Happy dog.
Hi. You're happy, aren't you? Yeah.
Full jib?
I think we can go like just a little bit out.
Okay.
Okay?
Sometimes, when the weather window is right, you just gotta keep on sailing. Stay tuned next time for the second half of our passage to American Samoa. A special thanks to our current Patreon crew who make these videos possible. If you're enjoying our channel, please like and share our content, as this is the easiest way to support us. And as always, don't forget to click subscribe and come along for the ride. See you next time!
Well done.